Alright, so I guess I got kind of a Lennon look going on now. I shaved my beard after a year and a half, so, just still trying to test out stuff. So today I'm going to be doing my first movie review on this channel. I kind of don't really know exactly what type of theme or what type of style review I want to go with yet. Still kind of working out those details. But I definitely don't want to do new releases. I would find that really drab and boring. I'm not someone that's going to the theater every week. I'm not really super interested in most big theater films that come out. So to me, I will probably just be doing almost as sporadically as I watch films. I think I'll be doing reviews as sporadically. I like to kind of jump around from genre to genre, jump around from decade to decade. To me, I think that really gives you a better lens of the history of film and the history of certain filmmakers. So I thought, what should I do for my first review? I don't want to do my favorite movie. That'd be too daunting. I don't want to do something like really bad. So I thought, why not just do something that I watched the most recently? Woody Allen's 1979 Manhattan. This film stars Woody Allen alongside Diane Keaton and a very young Mariel Hemingway, including Meryl Streep too. I don't know, maybe I might be getting Hemingway's name wrong, which actually I thought that was interesting. I searched it up after. She is paternal daughter of Ernest Hemingway. So this film really centers around Woody Allen's character of Isaac, who has many struggling issues with relationships with women, his love of art and literature, and just kind of how essentially a lot of people have taken a shit on that. And he really wants to write his first novel. He is a TV show writer, but then sporadically one day he ends up deciding to quit just because he was so annoyed with the fact that they were canning the laughter when he thought it was absolutely nothing. So this year I've been really diving deep into Woody Allen's work and career. He's always been someone I've been aware of. He's a very famous filmmaker, even in the mainstream world. But his character has obviously been diminished from kind of things he's done in his personal life. I don't really want to get into it. I kind of think it's kind of weird, but I also don't expect artists to be perfect, or I don't expect artists to be perfect morality. There's certain things that I think if you do as a person that I would want to have nothing to do with you. But to me, if you have personal troubles in your life that have nothing to do with me and nothing to do with the people around me, I don't know. Frankly, I don't really care. So this year I've been getting into his films. I watched Midnight in Paris, Blue Jasmine, Annie Hall, and now Manhattan. I thought Midnight in Paris was the first one I watched. I thought it was actually a pretty decent film. It was better than most of those films in the genre I was expecting, which was kind of that romantic Paris-y movie. But I thought it was actually really fun in the way that it did it. But then the next film I watched was Blue Jasmine. I probably do want to talk about this movie more later down the line. This movie blew me away. I thought it was excellent, and that is really what was kind of like, okay, I really should make the deep dive into this guy's work. Actually, I did forget to include a movie there. I did, as a kid, see the movie Ants. Yeah. But I want to dive into the filmmaking of this movie. This film is shot in black and white, even though it was made in 1979. It was made as a stylistic choice in the sense that, and he opens up the film explaining this, but it essentially wants that nostalgic feel to it, that he remembers New York when he was a kid. It seemed like it was always in black and white, just from photos and all that stuff. And I think the film does really capture that, especially when they're filming at some amazing New York landmarks. And all of his work essentially is a love letter to the city of New York and the people of New York. I didn't grow up in America or New York. It still kind of feels like a homey place, or something that you're very knowledgeable of all the iconic spots he did. Especially, I love the shots near the Brooklyn Bridge. I think that looks amazing, and especially that black and white feel always lends to that timelessness. He actually said himself that he's actually not very proud of this movie, which to me is shocking. I think it was a very solid romantic comedy drama, because apparently after Annie Hall, the studio, and I believe it was United Artists, said, you have money, you do what you want. And so this is essentially what he did when he had the money he wanted. Maybe he wanted to do a little more with it. You never know. I'm always surprised when artists are like, yeah, that's not my best work. And you're like, this was fucking phenomenal. And this is exactly what that movie is. So his character is definitely a very flawed guy. definitely there was. So the movie starts with him dating a 17-year-old, and it's frankly quite weird. He is in his 40s, and he is dating a 17-year-old, and I think to me, I think that's wrong. I don't think that's morally correct at all. Uh, but the movie does really discuss it. It doesn't just. I've seen some movies where it's like, yeah, they're 17, and it's like that just they didn't really care. His character has many issues with women, like including his ex, who he had a child with, became a lesbian after they got divorced, and there's always this funny detail about him accidentally running over her and her partner, and I thought it was always funny just him trying to deny it or change the details. I thought it was really hilarious. He also, at the same time, he meets his best friend, Yale, who is currently having an affair with this woman, played by Diane Keaton, and he starts to take an interest with her. Even though he's kind of put off by her at first, he ends up kind of realizing that this is someone that's probably more meant for him than a 17-year-old girl that he's kind of emotionally manipulating. He's like constantly saying things about how that they're not right together, that it's wrong for him to date someone this young. And you just kind of feel for this poor girl where you're just like, just enjoy your life. Enjoy someone that's going to let you have fun at this age and not this like 40-year-old depressed guy who sporadically quit his job at working for a TV show. So you definitely do feel for her and her character. But whenever he starts to meet and start to go out with Diane, I thought the movie did really pick up from there. And that was really kind of where the heart of the film really lies and the enjoyment with it. But I think one thing that he's always is really good in his films is just kind of how people are or the behaviors of humans, where suddenly out of the blue she just like, yeah, I got feelings again for Yale, and it just is like it's over with everything. We've enjoyed everything together, and she's like, yes, I still kind of want to talk with Yale again. So he really taps into that, just where you can seemingly see a relationship going absolutely great or perfect, or you're starting off great, and then it's taken from you. It's gone like the wind. Definitely really impressive filmmaking here. For me, not as funny as Annie Hall, but still has that writing that's going to still engage you. Great performances throughout. Characters that are very compelling and you want to follow, want to see what happens to these people. I think his insight in humanity and relationships and life itself, I think actually really did hit me on a good level. And overall, I definitely would highly recommend this film. If you haven't seen any of his work, if you think he's a piece of shit, then maybe I guess, I don't know, don't watch it. Don't listen to any artist. Don't listen to any artist, because you'll find out all of these people are flawed individuals, some more than others. But I can't really completely get around this. I know there's always a separate the art from the artist kind of discussion, which I do agree with. I think it's just an obnoxious thing to hold these people like I think it is part of that celebrity worship, where I think a lot of people, just because you're famous or you're talented at a certain art or something like that, it doesn't make you this person that's above everyone else, or it doesn't make you this person that is a flawless individual. People like this still struggle with relationships. Woody Allen was very successful at this time. This is arguably his heyday, and he's someone that's still struggling with just maintaining the start of a relationship, or just maintaining a relationship is a struggle that all humans will go through. And so I think for me, I can put that behind and enjoy this film. If you can't, that's your problem, not mine. So overall, I'll give this film an 8.5 out of 10, and another great work by Woody Allen. Thank you guys so much for watching.